Hello guys, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial about how to animate in Flipaclip, and this tutorial is just going to show you basically basics of animation on Flipaclip and stuff. This was a try of me trying to do tutorial earlier, and it's with my finger, so it's really bad. I'm just going to go and delete it. But I made two examples. I made this one where the Stickman basically flies through the air and crashes into something. And you can't see that something he crashed into because I didn't draw that. But literally, you can see the action lines are horrible. And I did this on purpose because I wanted to just, experiment and test how bad it could look. And then I made a remake, which makes actual accurate action lines that follow the person. And then there's actually like a boom effect, almost like an explosion. And, yeah. And it's actually really good, and I'm going to show you guys how to make that animation right there. So first we're just going to press this plus button, and we'll just name this Fly Bruh, because I guess the guy's just flying, I don't know. Anyway, then we'll just have this as a white as a background, and you can turn this to 1080p if your device can handle it and stuff. You can turn it to 2K too, maybe even 4K depending on your device. And then just go 15. I can't go 4K, however. 15 FPS. And then there you go, you have this. And I turn on onion skin and grid to make things just be a bit better. So first, we're just going to draw a basic first layer of him just flying, okay? So we'll have a Stickman right here. It's just sitting, minding his business. Okay. And then you draw another frame of that Stickman, except he's slightly moved, ever so slightly. Okay, maybe not ever so slightly. And there he is again, except this time he's kind of starting to get thrown. And you can see that by right here. And hold on, if we just draw this a bit shorter to match the height of the guy, you can see he's starting to fly. And all you have to do is know the basic principles of animation. It's basically just draw a frame and then add a new one, and then draw the same thing but slightly different. And then you'll play it and you'll have slight animation. And that's how people do stop motion. I've done stop motion before on this channel, the stop motion or whatever. It was about these Lego guys. I'll put a card up to it. And so, yeah. Anyways, I don't have my stylus, so I'm drawing with my finger, and it'll look pretty bad. Or not super bad, but drawing with my finger, so it won't look nearly as good as if I had a stylus. And as you can see, I keep undoing my drawing because I'm trying to draw this good. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it should look somewhat good. And you can see the guy just starts flying through the air. And then you can basically start doing it where he starts going faster. And when he goes faster, you don't have as much insertion frames to make it look super smooth as if he was going slow. And so he's just gonna go fast, kind of. And you can see I just draw his head a bit farther. He's kind of doing like a flip through the air also. So he's gonna be like flipping over. And you play this so far, because of the not high FPS, it looks like a bit janky, but not too bad. You can change the project settings by just tapping on these 3 dots, project settings. Then you can change the FPS. You don't need it to be even more, but it's just if you want. For now, I'm just going to keep it at that. And then you have the guy just fly again. And then what we're going to have happen is he's going to disintegrate. Basically, he's going to crash into something, and it'll disappear. he'll disappear. And so let's just do it at like the edge of the animation. And then we'll just have these and just these dots, but notice they're just getting smaller and stuff, these lines kind of signify that something happened to him and he disappeared kind of, and then you can just put some dots around there. And there you have it. Your first animation, if this is your first one. So this is just a basic tutorial on how to do Flipaclip. Sorry, I'm trying to clean off my screen for a second, and so I'm drawing. It looks like I'm drawing randomly. Anyways, let's play it. So you can see he flies through the air pretty smoothly, and then he just disappears like that. So now, what's going to make the animation even look even cooler, it's going to add another layer. And we'll call this first layer by tapping on the name, and we'll look at the first layer and rename it by tapping on the name of it. And I'll say layer 1 by default. Turn this to man. Okay, and then turn the second one into action lines, or whatever you like. It doesn't change what's going to be in there. But you can change it to whatever you want. Personally, I'm just trying to keep it organized. And so, basically, the lines of the wind, he basically starts flying at this point. And so he starts like, whoa, and then right here, the line should start, because that's where he really shifts his position. And then, just do the line a bit longer that time. And even longer this time. And then even longer, but make sure they're not just slicing through the character. And take your time on these lines and make sure they actually look good, so it looks realistic. It doesn't look like this first example I shown, which I'm going to insert right here. And you can see that example looked horrible, and it was on purpose to show you guys how action lines shouldn't be. And then you can make the last line like the longest line, and animate those lines and make it look good. Then go back, see how realistic that looks, and there's always room for improvement. So you can see mine looks a bit wanky. Mainly it looks a bit wanky because the guy shifts position, but not actually going forward. So to fix this, just go to the layer where the man is. And you can see he only really rotates on this part. To fix that, we can just use the selection tool, this thing that looks like a lasso, and select around the man, then move him forward. And then you can see the next frame looks like he moved forward also. The next frame does too, so it overall will look a bit better. And you can just go through each frame. And the beginning can use some improvement. So the 7th frame right here could use some improvement. So go back to the action lines layer and just change it a bit. And you can always size up the eraser to erase things a bit quicker. And then just go back and just make things look a bit more clean and better. And it's really simple, it's not hard to do. And you can see he starts gaining some altitude also. And you can see that looked a bit weird, these lines right here. So on the 9th frame. And you can always there's always room for improvement, guys. So honestly, you can just animate these action lines and make them look good and put some effort into them. Not saying you didn't, I'm just saying that you can always fix them up if they look a bit messy, which is what I'm doing right now. And You can see these look better already. You can see that looked pretty good. So yeah. And the last one looked like a bit too spaced out and stuff, so I can just fix that. And then, yeah, look at that. And looks pretty realistic and good to me. And then, yeah. You can also, these action lines, you can add like a effect of him disintegrating, so like some kind of boom or something. In this case, I'm just gonna grab this. So I'm just actually just gonna try to do my good boom effect that I can. If I can even do a good one on with my fingers, and then just kind of shorten it. And then, yeah. And then also to the explosion slash disintegration thing, you can add more effects in the actions lines layer and the action lines layer to make it look a bit better. And then, yeah, just take your time. Animation should never be rushed. And you can always just add a bit more dots in this layer and stuff. And then just add one more frame. And boom. So there, if you look back at the animation, looks like he literally disintegrated, and it looks pretty nice. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this taught you something about Flipaclip and basics on animation in Flipaclip.